better give me that money.
Hey, dirty. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry. I said, hey, baby, I got your money. Hey, dirty. Baby, I got your money.
Welcome back to Bet It, Bank It, Blow It. I am Jamie G. Esquire the Fifth, Master of the Futures. And I'm here with Magnum Mills to talk about some of our favorite wagers for the upcoming 2024 NFL season. Mills, are you ready to talk football, or are you still caught up in the FedEx Cup playoffs?
I am still caught up in the PGA Tour, but if there's one thing that I know how to do, it's lose money while thinking about golf. Luckily, we're only thinking about winning money on Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, presented by Caesar Gap Fantasy Football. Thank you very much for checking us out. You can find us wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube. Find us on social media at Caesar Gap FF. Same place on the web, CaesarGapFF.com. Try to keep it easy to remember, just like the flaps. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, remember to get that thumb. We really want to get that BBB.com, but I think it's still tied up in the Bed Bath & Beyond foreclosure thing, so we're working on it.
Well, it's still summertime, at least according to, Jaggy, DJ Jazzy Jeff, and the Fresh Prince, not to mention my calendar. Still there. So before we get on the gridiron, let's stay cool by hitting the ice. Mills, I may or may not have defended you in a DWZ case, so why don't you return the favor here by taking the lead?
Taking the lead, more like taking the bait, man. I mean, when you win the right to drive a Zamboni by defeating the Zamboni driver in a drinking contest, are you not supposed to celebrate by popping a few Miller High Lifes during the drive?
I mean, it is the champagne of beers.
The moment the judge laughed at that line, I knew we had a winner. So I did a little in the courtroom right there. That was a good one, but let's not celebrate just yet. Instead, let's get some NHL futures here on the record. To make it easy, let's just assume we're each wagering 100 cricket coins on each of these, our preferred show currency, the cricket coin. Jamie G, start us off with your favorite pick to make the playoffs. Can be either side to make the playoffs, to miss the playoffs. Who you got? What's your favorite NHL futures wager here for making or missing the playoffs?
I'm gonna do two, because the one's a pure homer one. I'm gonna take the Caps plus 155 to make it. But another one that I really like is the St. Louis Blues, baby. The Blues to make it at plus 205.
Okay, Blues to make it, and I am going to say that the impossible is going to happen. The Buffalo Sabres are going to break the longest postseason drought in North American sports right now. They're plus 180 to make the playoffs, and this is their Super Bowl, man. If they make the playoffs, they might throw a parade in Buffalo. They're going to be just laser focused. They're not trying to win the cup. They're literally just trying to get in the playoffs so you can just give something to the fans, get people to stop yelling with them. You brought back Lindy Ruff. I think they're laser focused here. They didn't do anything stupid. They got one of the best farm systems in the league. Let the players develop. I think they can do it this year. The East isn't that tough. I think they can sneak in. Jamie G plus 180. Buffalo Sabres make the playoffs. Now let's kind of do the same thing here, but with the President's Trophy. President's Trophy, remember, goes to the team who has the most regular season points. Remember, in hockey, you get the 2 points for the win. You get the point for the overtime win, that kind of thing. And there are hockey. You don't want to have a tie now. You get the shootout. Jamie G, I'll lead us off here. For my President's Trophy winner, I am going to go with a little bit of the chalk here. Give me the New York Rangers plus 1,300 most regular season points. Who do you got hoisting the proverbial President's Trophy here? Ooh, okay, I like that. Then Lindy Ruff's old team, once upon a time, who I do not like because I was there at Game 6 when the Dallas Stars defeated the Buffalo Sabres. Game 6, triple overtime, Stanley Cup. Brett
No
Hellsing
goal.
gate in the crease. Yeah, there was definitely no goal. Waited for over an hour and a half for them to call that thing back, even after thousands of fans did. Just sitting there waiting. It was brutal. And how about that? How about the other side of the coin, the loser, so to speak? Which team will have the fewest regular season points, Jamie G? NHL.
This might surprise some people, but I'm going with the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 6,500. I couldn't resist it. Huge juice on that. I was just like, give me all the juice. Freshly squeezed. I even added a splash of vodka in this. Pens plus 6,500.
Well, if you actually hit that one, yeah, you'd probably want more than a splash of vodka. That could happen if they got a couple high-end injuries, though. If they, for some reason, you lose Crosby and Malkin early in the season, they might make that decision to, yeah, you know what? This might be the year to take it on the chin. Try to get a high draft pick. That's a monster number right there. I was nowhere near as bold. I feel very confident that it's either going to be San Jose, Columbus, or Anaheim. Like if you gave me those three or the field, I would take those three. But if you force me to do it, give me the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 360, fewest points in the NHL next season. And Jamie G, go ahead, cue up the Gangstar because it's the moment of truth. Give us your pick for the 2025 Stanley Cup champion.
Also pretty bold here, and I don't love it, but as a fan, but I could see it happening. There's something special brewing. I'm going with the Rangers plus 1300.
Oh, which is funny because I took them to win the President's Cup, and then I literally had how would they range that up? So I have them having the most regular season points, but then falling in the playoffs in the New Jersey Devils, the hated rivals down the tunnel over there in Jersey, the same plus 1300 taking it down. I feel that would be so kind of New York and very fitting with kind of the Rangers path the past decade or so. And I noticed one thing, not a lot of Canada in what we just said there. So do we believe in Canada? Over on DraftKings, you have a prop that's basically, will a Canadian team win the Stanley Cup or the United States team? Basically, Canada versus the field. Field is minus 340, while the Canadian team bringing the cup back to Canada pays out plus 260. Jamie G, I'm taking the field. Minus 340 here. I know you've got Edmonton with good odds. You got Toronto up there. Vancouver's decent. But dude, Canada is cursed because they broke Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons used to be the best. It was the ideal. It's how you wanted your business to run. It's like what Wawa is now, what Wegmans is now. And they messed it up. I don't know what they did. I don't know how they did it, but I know Canada is cursed until they fix Tim Hortons. They have to do that or they're not going to win. The end. So they haven't fixed Tim Hortons yet. Hence, no winning. How about yourself, Canada or the field?
I hate taking anything that's minus 340 odds. It just really just doesn't, it's just terrible. It doesn't excite you at all. But I am going to take the field. I think it's going to be so hard. Trust me, I love the Oilers. I think they got the best player in hockey, but it is going to be so hard to get back there and win it. Again, I think Dallas is really good. It's just a tough road. So I'm going to take the field at minus 340.
I'm
Sorry,
old enough to
Canada.
remember early last year when the Oilers were so bad they fired their coach and there was talk about maybe McDavid, requesting a trade. You break him and Draisaitl up. That was a thing last year. The Oilers have been all over the place. And since we've done nothing but teams, let's tie it back in here. Let's throw one player future wager in the mix. And let's go with another trophy. We have the Art Ross trophy here. That's given out to the player who scores the most points in the regular season. Here are the winners since 2017. Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov, Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov. So that's three players. McDavid 5 times, Draisaitl 1, so Oilers 6 times, and then Kucherov twice. So I think it makes sense that McDavid is the stone cold chalk at minus 150. You eating the chalk on McDavid to win the Art Ross most points for a player, or you're going to go somewhere else?
I'm gonna Mills serve it with a side of seaweed because I'm going all chalk here. Connor McDavid minus 150. Connor McDavid. That just
Only an injury can stop him, and that's pretty much it. I think that's literally what you're basically betting on here is will Connor McDavid play at least like 75 games? If so, I feel this is a great bet. If I was going to stretch for it, maybe Austin Matthews plus 2,500. He's got the C over there in Toronto now. Maybe he takes a big step forward. He's always scored the goals. Maybe expands his game, starts dishing out more assists. But I think it's really hard to go against McDavid here.
now that we're nice and cool from the ice, I think we're ready to heat things up with some football. We're going to start out with our top 3 season high totals wagers. Mills, tell us what we're working with.
Not cool as ice. Was that the Vanilla Ice movie? Was that the one? I forget. Did he ride bulls or was it a motorcycle? I kind of forget the Vanilla Ice movie, but that was the thing. He might be the motorcycle one. Luke Perry might have been the one who rode the bull. The early 90s were a time. Let me tell you that. And what we did here is we took all of these season high totals available on DraftKings Sportsbook. We ranked our favorites. These are things like what will the most passing yards in a game be? Will the most rushing yards be? They set a number. We had to figure out, will it be under or over? All of these are for the regular season only. Went through about 20 of them. We ranked them. We picked our sides. We figured out where we lined up, talked through the options until we landed on our top three. And in no particular order, we have highest total passing yards for a quarterback, 4,950.5. We both took the under, -110. I'm feeling it, right? He was basically saying no one's going to get to 5,000. I know that 49.5 feels like the hook there, but that was kind of my thinking. How about yourself, Jamie G? Any thoughts on the under, just about 5,000 there for the highest total passing yards by a player?
The way the league is, it just makes me feel like that's going to happen, right? I mean,
yeah, the 5,000 yard doesn't happen as much as you think it does, even with the extra game.
right.
Next up, we have total individual 200 plus rushing yard games. The total was 1.5 games. We like the under, that's +110. This day and age, I don't know if there's going to be one 100 yard or 200 yard rushing game. I know that's why the line is set where it is. It feels like a running back's going to have to break off maybe a 70, 80, 90 yard run to make it happen. It just doesn't happen that much in the day and age because if a team is up, they're not going to work their running back like that. And the guys you think would do it, like a guy like Brees Hall, I don't know if the Jets are going to be running out to give him 30, 35 carries in a game. So I feel pretty confident there might not be any 200 yard rushing games this year. Any thoughts on that one, Jamie G?
I feel confident that there won't be either. I mean, it's really hard to get to 200 rushing yards in a game. I just don't see it. Defenses are too good and offenses are too, pass focused and centered. I just don't see it happening, Mills. It would take a couple of big, like maybe like 270-yard runs and then, another 10 for I mean, there's a path, but I just don't see it happen. I'm gonna take the under on that one.
Right, because it's just pure rushing yards too. It's not combined yards. What do you think would be more likely to happen? That there's 2 rushing games over 200 yards or 1 rushing game over 250 yards? You know what I mean? I feel like the one might be like someone just goes absolutely berserk and they put up some stupid number. I feel like that's more likely than, lightning striking twice, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, it's just one insane game that's just like, because it's like I said, it's really hard to
Like
get
Jerome
200 rushing
Harrison
yards.
versus the Chiefs in the fantasy playoffs about 10 years ago, 276 yards, I believe, on my bench. I will remember that forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Finally, we have longest field goal made, 62.5 yards. We both came in on the over, -105. It got tied during the preseason, right? It just seems the coaches are trusting kickers to take some of these long attempts more. And the kickers, like every other position, they're training harder. They're getting better. They're hitting kicks from longer, more consistently. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a 67 yarder or something this year. I don't know. So over 62.5, I feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so too, dude. We're already kind of seeing it. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Like you said, preseason we got it. Coaches tried last year several times. I think this gets cracked this year. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, and I'm not last year, but the year before that, I think Justin Tucker would have broken on week 1 against the Lions. I still remember watching that crazy game, one of the early Dan Campbell Lions games. So to recap here, we have highest total passing yards by a player regular season over 4,950.5 yards. Excuse me. Highest total passing yards 4,950.5 by a single player in the regular season. We have the under -110. And then we have total individual 200 plus yard rushing games. We have under 1.5 +110. And finally, longest field goal made on the season over 62.5 yards -105. There you go. Free money.
Well, get ready for the good stuff because it's time to bet it and bank it. Mills, explain what we're doing here.
We each have 100 cricket coins, the preferred show currency of Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, to wager on any NFL team futures. Minimum wager is 5 coins, and you need to get at least 4 bets down. Jamie G, send us on our way.
Yeah, Mills, I'm gonna dig in to a little bit of your heart here because I'm gonna listen to it. Listen to your heart. I'm gonna put 20 cricket coins on the Eagles to win the NFC East. They're gonna win their division, -125. This is gonna be a lot higher number as the season goes on here. I like locking it in now at minus 125, 20 cricket coins. Well, I'm also going to listen to my heart, Mills, and I'm going to take 10 cricket coins on my Buffalo Bills to be the 5th time and still reigning defending AFC East champion. Buffalo Bills winning the division plus 195. That's some juice, buddy.
Man, that's plus one. Okay, I think I might also be partaking in some of that said there, Jumbo like juice. I got two of my own here. Give me 20 coins on Tua Tagovailoa and Joe Burrow to both exceed 4,000 passing yards. Tua is minus 160, Burrow's minus 110 together. That parlays for plus 210. So throwing 20 coins on there to bring home about 62. And finally, another little baby parlay here. 20 coins on Derrick Henry and Breece Hall to each rush for more than 1,000 yards. Derrick Henry's minus 105, Breece Hall's minus 175. Together, that's plus 206. So 20 coins to bring home a little bit over 61 if Derrick Henry and Breece Hall can each exceed 1,000 yards rushing. Jamie G, hit us with another one or two.
Yeah, man, I got a couple here for you. I'm going to put another 10 cricket coins on the Ravens to be the AFC conference winner 2 years in a row here for them. I like their schedule. I like some of their pieces on offense and defense here. They're going to kind of rally. They're playing for their offensive line coach, who unfortunately just passed away, and he was one of the best in the business. Give me 10 cricket coins on the Ravens to be the conference winner, plus 550 odds. Really like that too. Couldn't resist that big juice.
Baltimore, number 1 seed. All right, here's with another one.
Hey, Mills, we got one more for you here. I'm going to put 10 cricket coins on the Bengals to miss the playoffs, plus 205 there. I also really like those odds.
It just feels like they're going to have the slow start they always do, but will they overcome it? Sometimes they don't. Going back over to me, I got 15 coins on Isaiah Pacheco to have 10 or more rushing touchdowns. That's plus 450. 15 coins to bring home 82 and a half. Same thing almost. 15 coins on Derrick Henry to have 13 or more rushing touchdowns. Plus 230. 15 coins to bring home 49.5. And then I got 10 on Malik Neighbors to have 7 or more receiving touchdowns. What else do the Giants have? That's plus 175, 10 coins to bring home 27.5. Jamie G, what else you got for us?
I got a couple for you here, my dude. I'm going to put 20 cricket coins on the Jacksonville Jaguars to make the playoffs. That's plus 130. I really like their path. I don't believe in their division. I know that Houston's there, but I still really like Jacksonville's opportunity here. I'm also going to put 15 cricket coins on the over 7.5 wins for the Pittsburgh Steelers, minus 165. Never had the losing season. I think that continues for Tomlin. I got him going over 7.5, but I think it ends at 8. But I got him going over 7.5. Last one here from New Mills, 15 cricket coins on the under 7.5 wins with the New Orleans Saints, plus 100 odds. Really like that.
Oh, I do like that. I think the
Good
Steelers
juice.
have been the hardest team for me to project right now, while as the Saints have been the most surprising one. As far as the team, I think that could somehow wind up with the fewest wins overall. So really love the New Orleans call here. I got a couple to finish this up. Going to go back to my guy, Jameson Williams. Give me 10 coins on him having 750 or more receiving yards, plus 135. 10 coins to bring home 23 and a half. And then I'm going to go a little bit big with my last two. 5 coins on Justin Jefferson to have at least 75 receiving yards at all 17 games. That's 5 coins to bring home 180 coins plus 3,500. And then finally, my homer bet, 5 coins on Jalen Carter to have the most sacks. That's plus 20,000. So that's 5 coins to win 1,005 coins. I win that one. I win, I think.
Yeah, that's a serious wager there. But honestly, I can see a path, Mills. This is so much fun. I love doing futures.
That's the bankroll management. You got to take those couple of long shots at the end. I feel you can throw, a couple of little fivers there on the lottery tickets. Hopefully you've done your job to make some profit elsewhere. So you're just investing a little of your profit ahead of time.
100%. We want to thank you guys for checking out Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, presented by Seize the Gap Fantasy Football. We have so much fun talking about these wagers, and don't you worry because we're going to be doing it all season long. We cannot wait to cash with each and every one of you. That's right. You get access to all of it for free. All you got to do is stick up that thumb and give us the subscribe. Make sure you don't miss any of our plays, any of the things we're wagering. It's going to be a fun season all the way through this NFL. Let me know your favorite futures. And if we miss something, hit us up. Give us that tip. Let's just trade off what we like and let's see if we can all cash. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and then go ahead and get in our DMs. Mills will tell you where you can find us and we can exchange picks there. Can't wait to connect with you guys and good luck heading into this season.
Now, if you haven't heard, he's really interested to exchange picks, but notice he hasn't said how picks are spelled. And thanks again for checking us out. We'll be back soon with our week 1 wagers. We will be here each week of the NFL season with more Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, presented by Seize the Gap Fantasy Football. Thanks again for checking us out. You can find us wherever you get podcasts and on YouTube. Find us on social media at Seize the Gap FF. Same place on dem interwebs, seizethegapff.com. Keep it nice and simple to remember, just like those flaps. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had the fun, please remember the thumb. I'm Magnum Mills with JBG, and remember, we can help you bet it, we can help you bank it, but blowing it is entirely up to you.
What you gonna do, brother? I hope you're into the fat wallets. That thing can get so big that you'll need special pants, and it's gonna twist. It's gonna pop, baby, when it rains down on you.
JBG, are you this excited for football, or are you just entering a state of Hulkamania?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
What is going on here?
Yeah,
okay.
right here he's going into a state of Hulkamania.
Yeah.
Okay, now when he's like this, nothing can hurt him.